Hello YouTube, this is Randy Phillips again. In this video, I will talk about the flying dreams that I've had and the different schools that I have went to while in that alternate state and teaching other people how to fly and how to harness their spiritual gifts. It was a school that was made specifically for that. Well, out there I had seen my father. He couldn't fly or nothing, but he would give me this hard look that he used to give me when I was a kid at 2 or 3 when I would get into something or do something he didn't approve of. He would open his eyes wide like this and make this sound like the monsters make, like the Muppets make, and go woo 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 woo. It used to scare the mess out of me, man. But he never put his hands on me. My mother never understood that language, nor anybody on his side of the family understood that language, but me and my sisters did. My father's name was Roy. They said, "Roy, ain't no monsters around here. We're not monsters. We're not cave people." And not to go off topic, when my father would be in a situation when he was on a phone, when I was on a phone and everything, he was on the phone with my mother. He would go, my mom used to be like, "What, Roy?" He said, in case you didn't understand what I said, he said in his own coded language that he couldn't talk right now, that he'll be home between 3 and 4. When he was around his folks, they were a trip, man. They look down your throat when you talk all in your business. He used to say, "Put Rand on the phone, put Rand on the phone." If my father would speak in code between those grunts, I used to say, "What?" That he would say it again and everything, and I wouldn't understand it. That I would relay the message to my mom. Now, back to the dream and everything. He would say, "Boy, don't you flow like that. They'll catch you and take you away and somewhere and do those sorts of study tests where you treat you like a guinea pig." It was so fun. I said, we were made to fly. I said, you had that gift as well. Why walk when we could fly? We're truly birds in the air and everything, flying me free. They don't want us to know that. But it's out of respect for you. While I'm around you, I'll walk and act normal. But when I'm alone and with the other kids out there that can do that, I'm flying. But there was this one kid who was nervous to fly because it was demonized. He thought it was the devil and everything. He was going to go to hell, and I had to get the fear out of him. As much as he tried, but he couldn't, and folks just gave up on him. And this dream reoccurred countless times. Started in mid-2014, and the last time that I had that dream was late 2016. But through enough kindness, love, and patience with him, he finally embraced his gift and finally was able to fly. Also, during that time out there, I was starting to develop telekinesis. Out there, I could move light objects, but the heavier objects, such as boulders and everything, I pretty much had to strain to move. Just as I was starting to master it, those dreams had stopped occurring. Like I was able to lift a 2-ton boulder like 4 or 5 inches off the ground and gently lower it. Before it would just land with a thud. Like I was so happy. Like I still have a whole lot of dreams out there where I'm flying and everything, but for some reason I haven't seen the same people out there that I've had in my earlier years. And I see my father in this phase as well in a parallel reality. Before his transition and everything, that we're flying and stuff and having our heart-to-heart talks. And I told him that this is no dream. that we leave our bodies every night when we sleep that most cases we just don't remember. And that we're souls that temporarily inhabit physical bodies. That the true essence of who and what we really are lies deep within on a metaphysical level. And that sound you just heard that had stopped, that's the sound of the heating system. The heat was just on it. It just shut off. That was always the weird, the odd, and the eccentric one. But in my father's final years, months, and days, he pretty much knew to come to me because he trusted me that I would have most of the answers that he sought after. But now he knows and understands me on a soul level. Now, my mother, God rest her soul, but I had asked her a question. She was raised Southern Baptist, and that God is love and understanding, just like a father would, but if you do something wrong, he's going to get you, he's going to punish you, you're going to go to hell, you're going to burn for all eternity without end. Well, I googled large numbers, and I came across a number called 1 dexillion. 1 dexillion in the US is 1 followed by 33 zeros. Sorry I'm giggling, it's funny, but then it's not funny. All due respect to her though. In June 2006, because I knew my mother was getting ready to go eventually, and I was trying to prepare her for a transition and I get her to let go of the fearful, wrathful God, and Jesus is going to come back with a vengeance and Armageddon and stuff, of how all that's symbolic. And she said, yeah. And I said, is there anything that I can do that will cause you to want me to suffer endlessly without end? And I told her what 1 dexillion was, 1 followed by 33 zeros. For 1 dexillion years times 1 dexillion years times 1 dexillion years, that would be 1 followed by 99 zeros. And I said, when all that time is over, then more time, 1 dexillion years times 1 dexillion years times 1 dexillion years. And that brings you up to 1 followed by 198 zeros, if my math is correct. Then her eyes popped out of her head like that. She said, no, are you crazy? You my son, you my heart, I love you with all my heart. I said, therefore, our God Almighty has to be infinitely merciful, infinitely loving, unconditionally loving. Isn't he? And then she paused for a moment. She said, Randy, don't question God like that. Randy, don't do that, don't question God like that. You're not supposed to question God like that. God's going to get you, boy. God will knock the breath out your belly. Don't do that, don't do that. Boy, you better ask for forgiveness, don't do that. Oh, I love both my parents. The good times, the bad times, the crazy times, the sad times. But I tried to help her get out of that state of mind. And she would always say that Jesus said it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to get to heaven. And what profit a man that gain the entire world from to lose his soul? Well, I can reinterpret that. I see your soul as self-awareness, and you being aware that you're a spiritual being having a temporal human experience. You can have riches and materialistic things and live comfortably and don't be impoverished all your doggone life. But realize that those poor people, they're not below you. Those underdogs of society, those poor children in those third world countries, They are aspects of yourself. When you come out of a certain state and get up top, you're supposed to give back to society and contribute back to society. Give back to them, try to help some of them if you're able to. And if you're 100% certain that your money's going to them. But I told her those that don't do it will transition and realize that everybody's all interconnected. That we all come from that one prime universal source creator. And my mom would say, you believe all that stuff on the internet if you want. She said it's too risky. She said that stuff right there. She says the work of the devil, Satan wants you to believe that. Sometimes I feel like just giving up with them. But I'll keep on working, trying to awaken them. Because in 2018 and some of the years beyond, there's going to be some things that's going to occur. I could feel it. Some things that's going to make people that have deeply held, deep-rooted religious beliefs, the whole belief system is about to be shattered. And I fear for some of them, they won't know how to act, won't know how to handle it. And I'm doing all I can to ready myself to anchor my energies and stuff so I can anchor the new incoming influx of cosmic rays and energy. I have my quartz crystal and my stone, my Zen stone. And I might order a few more ornaments if I need them. But yeah, that's another part of my life story. That's all for now, and peace.